Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing my concert experience video from the Stray Kids Unveil I Am tour in Houston. So yeah, and so I'm just gonna start from the beginning and just go through, and I'll probably jump around because I'm just that excited, but you know. So we got there and we went to the hotel and we heard that people already started lining up, and we freaked out because you know, you don't drive 12 hours to be at the back of P1, so we decided to go see what's up with the line, and we took our stuff, and it was 10 p.m.-ish, so we're sitting there, or we got there, and the line was like 15 people maybe, and we're like, should we do it? And so we did. So we decided to camp out, yeah, from 10 p.m. to 6 p.m. the next day. Yeah, so it was 19 hours, I think. We decided to camp out, and honestly, it was miserable. I do not like camping out. It's not fun, but I mean, it was worth it. We got a really good seat, which you can see in the videos. Camping wasn't that, but yeah, I know that was dangerous, but in terms of how it felt, it went by pretty quickly and it was easy. But the daytime was absolute torture. At around 7 or 8 a.m. they lined us up to start getting our wristbands, and first of all, that was so terrifying there, and it's just really stressful. I don't know how to explain it, but when you're in line to get the wristbands and to figure out where you're gonna be in line is the most terrifying thing. And we got it, and the thing is, the people who were lined up were P1, P2, and P3 before us. So we ended up being 37 and 38 in line for the P1 spots. So we get there and we sit down in the P1 area from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and it was terrible. And we were ready for it to rain. No. It was 90 in the mid-high 90s the entire day. I kid you not, I have not sweated so much before. We were sitting there, and I swear while we were in line, I sweated out 5 pounds alone just by sitting there in the sun. It was terrible. Stood in the pit for 2 hours before the show started, and then all of a sudden Questions started playing, and it got slightly dimmer, and the volume of the song blew up, and we're just all singing along because we know this is it. After this, they're coming out. No, and I freaked out, and my very first thought, first of all, even though they were on the stage, when they came out, I didn't feel the way that I normally do when artists come out. When Taylor Swift came out, when BTS came out, when any other artist comes out, my heart starts beating super fast, and I'm like, oh my god, that's a celebrity, you know? Even though I feel super close with BTS and Taylor too, and I consider them my friends or whatever, when they come out onto the stage, I'm they're celebrities, they're gods. But when Stray Kids came out, it felt they felt like my friends still. I was on my friends, and they walked out, and I expected it to be different when I see them in person, but it was no different. They walked out, and my heart wasn't beating super fast. I saw them, and I was oh, those are my friends right there. And then the second thought I had was, they're really tiny. Even though they were on the stage and elevated, you could tell that they were short and just tiny human beings. They radiated such soft energy, even though they were getting ready to play these play songs from Mixtape, which we all know are not soft. And yeah, those were my two first thoughts. From that very first moment. Oh, the other thing I want to say is that they all look the exact same in person. When they came out on the stage, I was shocked because they look the exact same as their pictures and videos, and it was insane. They're perfect. Perfect. I kid you not, from the moment that Woojin walked over to our section, I fell in love 10 times over. You know, before the concert, I was always joking. I was Woojin's so gonna wreck my bias list. I know he is, haha. not like that I didn't think he was, but like I didn't think it would be that bad or like even that like quick. Like he literally walked over and he was dancing and smiling at us and then winking at us and just constantly making eye contact at like me and my sister and like the people around us. And I was like, I am this is it. So yeah, and then I didn't think it was like that big of a deal, but then we got out of the concert and we were watching our videos and then like 80% of my videos were just moving. Like he definitely bias-struck me so hard. Overall, the concert was an amazing experience. I loved getting to see them. Like from an honest standpoint, I think they may have been my favorite this may have been my favorite concert I've ever been to. It was just so much fun. That was like the most fun I've ever had at a concert, because I don't know, just the entire time, everything that was happening, I was very in the moment. Like even though I was filming, I barely looked at my phone. Like it would just like be up here, and then like if I looked up, I'd see like I was like filming the side and nobody was even in. I'd be like, oh whoops. But I felt very in the moment, and just we were like dancing along and singing along to everything and interacting with them, and it was so fun. And you could tell like they were having a good time too, so that felt good. I'm gonna like go down the line and like say what I thought of every member. I already talked about Woojin, so I guess we'll start from that side. So I was standing on the side where Jisung and Mino stand. But I'm gonna start from the stage left. It was Woojin, who like completely bias-struck me, like perfect. He's an absolute god in person. He would not stop like smiling and winking at us, and I was like, please stop. Like at one point, I think it was during Insomnia, when it was right before the chorus starts, and then the chorus starts and he starts doing the dance, and he had like the cutest smile on his face, and I screamed. I was like, Woojin, you better stop. It was so, oh my god, like perfect. His dancing, oh my, like I'm always talking about how he's such a vocal king, and all their dancing is really good. Like nobody's lacking. Like they're a group of like 9 dancers, 9 singers, 9 rappers, like 9 everything, you know. Everybody's so good at everything. But when I saw Woojin dancing, I was like genuinely so shocked, because I'm always so focused on his vocals that I guess I never really like paid like super focused attention on his dancing. But when he was like dancing in front of us, I was like, oh my god, he was so good. Next in line was Changbin. Oh my god, Changbin was like the prettiest person I have ever seen. He was just like super soft and cute when he's talking, and when he talks English, it's like the cutest thing in the world. I was like, oh my god. Oh yeah, he didn't come to our side that much. He was on the other side a lot of the time. But like when he did, I was like, oh my god. And his rapping is so amazing. I was like, I'm witnessing the king in person. This is happening.
Yes, Changbin, let's go. Let me introduce this song. Everybody knows it is not easy for anyone to achieve their dreams, but we want to tell you that you should believe in yourself and your pace to achieve your dreams.
Sungmin was like a tiny baby. His voice, oh my god, you guys. Oh, Sungmin and Woojin, when they were doing like their like present first day, and they usually do cute stuff, and then some of them don't. Sungmin's present was singing Just the Way You Are, and oh my god, the way he sounded.
Alright, next up we have Sungmin in the building! Sungmin, are you ready? Can you count on 3? Oh, straight on? Okay, let's go! 1, 2, 3! 'Cause you're amazing!
I was sitting there and I was like shocked. I was like I think my face was literally like when he started singing, because I was like, sir, I'm gonna fall for you. And then Woojin sang photograph, and I was like, sir, I'm gonna fall for you. Like, please stop.
저도 노래를 하나 하겠어요. 짧게.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, Woojin, you ready?
Let's go.
Okay. Stay on count 3. 1, 2, 3.
Say
Yeah, but Sungmin was the cutest little thing in the world. He wasn't in the first half of the concert. He didn't come to our section a lot, but in the second half he did. He would come in front of us, and I think it was during awkward silence. They were like, everybody, you know, do this, and Sungmin was doing it, and he like moved his whole body, and he was so cute when he was doing it. He had the cutest smile. Oh my god. After Sungmin was Hyunjin. Oh my god. First of all, his English was the cutest thing in the world. He said his iconic line, "I'm so happy," in like that cute little way that he does, and I was like, the other cute thing is whenever he can't think of a word in English, he like starts like body rolling, and like he's like this until he gets it, and it's the cutest thing in the world. I was like, oh my god, I'm witnessing this live.
We were so happy. We were so happy to hear we were come here. Say you guys are really went beyond our expectations. You guys are really hot. Oh my god. But today is last perform our America Unveil tour. I'm so sad, but I'm really happy because we will be back here.
Yeah, but his dancing is on another level. Whenever he's dancing in front of me, I was like, oh, I couldn't take my eyes off of him because he was so good at it, and he's so talented. He's like speechless. He's so talented, and when he danced in front of me, I was like I literally don't know what to say. He's just really talented, and then his singing and rapping, I don't know how he like does it. He's like doing the full-on dance moves while still singing and rapping, and I'm like, how do you have that much endurance? I don't understand. Next is Chan. Oh my god, he's like everything you imagine him to be. He's so powerful in person, but like so cute. He looks the exact same, first of all, like, and his laugh is the cutest thing in the world. Every time he'd smile and laugh, I was like, oh my god. But yeah, he has a lot of power. He was really good at interacting with the fans. Like, he'd talk, and he'd like joke around with us, and then really knows how to interact with us and make the concert fun. Felix was so, he hit the whoa so many times. Like, I think I lost count, but he just continuously, like, oh my god. And when they were saying hi, was it hi, or was when they were being cute, he was like, in his like high voice that he does that I don't understand how, he was like, stay, will you be the yi to my heart? I was like,
This one's a bit long. Alright, so count to 3, please. Okay. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3.
Say, will you be my yi?
Oh my god. He was another one who, like, when dancing, oh, the funniest thing with Felix was anytime he'd like just breathe, everybody would like scream. Cause in a lot of their songs, he's the one who sings the bridge. So like they'll be like in a circle and all of a sudden everybody will go down and it's just him singing up. And just as soon as that happens, every single time, like we would all lose it. He didn't even have to do anything and we just all like scream. It was the funniest thing, but like also he deserved it. Duh. Yeah, and his dancing, especially with my pace, he's another one. Like when they dance, I'm shocked. I can't take my eyes off of him again. Like he's so good at dancing, I can't. Next, after Felix, was Jongin. He was an actual baby. Like actually, he looked like he was having the most fun out of all of us combined. Like when he's singing. Jongin was Jisung. Oh my god, Jisung and Chan had the most stands out of everybody there. Like they deserve it completely. But like Jisung stands especially, he was like every time he just like breathed, everybody would scream at the top of their lungs, and it was amazing. Jisung is really good at fan service. It's something that I like didn't expect from him, because every time I see like I'm watching their videos and they're with somebody besides Stray Kids, like he always seems so awkward and like doesn't know how to act. But at the concert, he was the king of fan service. Anytime they were like just standing there and talking, he'd look out into the crowd and he'd like do hearts in like every single form. He'd point at people and laugh. And then at one point, I felt so good. Like I think somebody passed out in, I don't know, P1, at the end of P1 or P2, but over there, and everybody noticed, and the guys on stage even noticed, and they started like passing down water bottles to people, and Chan was like, y'all, like be careful, like watch out, we want to have fun, but we don't want you to die. And after he did that, Jisung was like looking out into the crowd he was like, you good, you good, you good, you good, you good. It was like the cutest thing. But
make sure you tell security as well, okay? For us, for you guys too. Thank you. Thank you.
what I do know that is that he is a complete triple threat: dancing, singing, rapping. There's nothing that man cannot do, and I'm really jealous. And then Mino was last. Oh my god, Mino is so cute. He looks the exact same in person. Like I said, they all look the exact same in person, but I don't know, he's just like really soft and low-key shy. Like when it came to interacting with fans, like when they were just standing there, like he would wave and stuff, but like, you know, he wouldn't go like all out, and it was like really cute. And his singing in person, I really love his voice. I think out of the vocalists, like he's the one who, like, him and Woojin are the two that I love the most, just because their voices like really resonate with me. And he sounds the exact same live, and I was like, I'm sitting there every time he starts singing, and every time he'd start singing, I would want to cry. During Insomnia, he did so many hair flips, so many. He'd just be like that the entire time, and I was like, please stop. You're like, I'm gonna like die. Please stop. This thing is out of this world. Like, he is such a talented dancer. Every time I'd start looking at him, I could not take my eyes off of him because he's so good at dancing. I remember these two parts especially. It was at the beginning, the first one. So he had his mic on, like he had one of the ones that are like connected to your head or whatever. And it came off, like it was like it fell off and it was like hanging off his shirt. And I noticed it, and then all of a sudden I see, and he's still dancing. He was dancing the entire time, and then at one point he like started trying to fix it, and so he was just dancing with one hand, and he couldn't, so he ended up just letting it go and fixing it later. But it was insane. Like I couldn't take my eyes off him because he was so good at it. And then towards the end, he was wearing a white shirt and then this like long sleeve shirt over it, but like it was unbuttoned. And when he was dancing, I guess it like came off. So at one point I looked over and he was just dancing with one sleeve on, one sleeve off. And you could tell it was so hard, but he kept going, first of all. And then at one point he like slowly tried to take it off, and it was like, and it was just so awe-inspiring that like he never stopped dancing. Like he would not stop for anything. He just continued dancing no matter what. It was like the coolest thing ever. After the concert was over, we like got lined up for the group photo, and I was like freaking out because we just went through so many emotions in the span of 2 hours and 30 minutes, and we were supposed to go take a photo with them. But yeah, we ended up being at the end of the line, so there was only 7 people in our photo with Stray Kids. So we go in, and my very first thought was, oh my god, they're so short. I googled, like, you know, we knew their heights, you know, we're like, oh, they're this tall, they're this tall. But it literally felt like they were almost eye level. Like when I walked in, they were so short and just, like I said, they resonate like huge, tiny vibes. And they're just like all small, and I walked in and I'm like, who is allowing these little boys to like tour the world? Like they're actual babies. And that was my first thought. And it was, okay, the group photo was the fastest thing in the entire world. Like I think it was all over in the span of 20 minutes. You walk in, quickly sit down. So there's 10 chairs lined up, and each members are like standing behind the chairs. So you just walk in line, you just get in the chairs, and they were standing in the same order as the concert, I think. And you sit down, and then they take 2 pictures, and then you're done. Like that's it. You don't really have time to interact with them or come up with a pose to do with them. But I walked in, and that's the other good thing about that being the last one, is that like we kind of realized how fast it was going, which was nice. So I knew not to like take too much time, you know. So we walked in, and I tried to look at everybody, and I'm pretty sure I like passed Changbin and Woojin, and like I may have seen them. I know I looked Sungmin in the eyes for sure. I completely missed Hyunjin, and I'm pretty sure I completely missed Chan. Like I cannot remember them at all in my mind. Like I can't remember them. Like seeing them, and I'm really sad about it. I wish I did. But I know for a fact that Felix, Jongin, Jisung, and Mino, like I looked them in the eyes and I was like, hi, how are you guys? And then we turned around, we took the picture, and then I was like ready. As soon as they were like, okay, we're done, I turned around and I looked them all in the eyes again. Felix and Jongin especially, like I don't know, like when I looked at them, there was a sincerity in their faces that like you can't make up. And after the concert, that was all I could think of was their faces. And like their eyes, and I turned around and I was like, thank you guys so much, bye. And then it was over. Yeah, it was over just like that. I don't have it like with me to post here. They said that they'll email the link to the photos out in like 2 weeks after the tour is over, which I'm pretty sure the Houston was, I don't know if they mean like the tour in America or the complete tour, but I'm pretty sure the tour is over. I don't know if they have any other countries they're going to or not. But once that comes out, I'll probably post it on my Instagram. If you guys want to just like check that down, I'll put the link to my Instagram down below. Unless I'm like, my eyes are closed. Because, I mean, if that happens, I'm going to cry because my first and only picture with Stray Kids. Bad. Love that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the Revention Music Center crew and Subculture crew. They were all so nice. I've been to a lot of concerts in different venues, and the staff is usually just like really mean, you know, and they just feel like they don't have the time. And I've been to a lot of concerts in big like stadiums and arenas, which are like, you know, thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people, and they like tell you the bare minimum and then move on. But with them, every single time they had something to say, they would like every 10 people, every 20 people, they would say it and then move down the line, make sure everybody heard, and the communication. And then the merch, the people who, Subculture, who was like doing the merch, they were so sweet, like having the line outside before the concert and helping you. Like, we bought light sticks and they like had batteries ready for you to put in. It was just so nice. And then in the concert, we got into the venue and we're just sitting there in the pit and it's super hot, and all of a sudden they start like passing out cups of water, like even though they knew that would probably like create a mess, they were passing out cups of water constantly to people to make sure they were okay and stuff. And even like one of the security members, he was literally like, guys, if you feel like you're gonna pass out or anything, tell us. Like, it's not something to be embarrassed about. It's super important that you tell us if you feel faint, hot, you know. And it just like it was a really good feeling to know that they like cared so much, and like it was just the nicest crew I have ever met in any venue. So like, huge shout out to Revenge and Music Center and Subculture, because they were amazing overall and they made the experience so much more enjoyable. Thank you guys so much. Overall, like I said, like I think that was the best concert I have ever been to. They may still be considered rookies to a lot of people, but they're better than a lot of big long-time artists. They danced almost every single song. I think there was like one song where they didn't dance at all at the very end, and they danced the entire time and they didn't get out of breath like once. They sounded the exact same as their song, like studio versions of their songs, and they barely had any backup vocals, which was insane. They all sounded so amazing, and I just like, a lot of people can't do that without, and they never got tired, and a lot of artists cannot do that still. So it was insane that they can at such young ages. Overall, so amazing. They knew how to put on a show, they knew how to interact with the crowd, and I miss them so much. I really want to see them again. It was amazing. And if you guys ever have the chance to see Stray Kids live, like, I would do it. I mean, if you're not a fan, don't, because they have a lot of fans that deserve to go. So if you're not a fan, don't go to their show. But if you're a fan and you're just like thinking like, is it worth it? I know, because like it's expensive and they don't come to every city. If you have the opportunity to go, I would definitely go, because it was worth it. Like, I would do that 10 times over. It was amazing. I love that so much.